Have you ever wondered when you are working with a computer, your server, your laptop, your iPhone, your tablet is streaming data, but suddenly it's loading the process and shows up all the issue that is facing. So what is this and what does it happen? So critical error while you are working as administrator or system administrator or server administrator, even application administrator. When you get all these access denied, it generates lots of log. So how do you read all this log? So in this short tutorial, we are going to take a look why did this happen and how we can find out. Syslog is a standard protocol used in computer network for logging and tracking system message, much like how traffic rules organize the flow of vehicle on the highway. Just as car follows specific lane and rule to maintain order and safety, Syslog provide a structured way for device like router, switches, and server to handle error message. When problem arise, Syslog help in organizing these messages in sending them to the central server. This centralized process allow administrator to efficiently identify and address issue like how traffic camera and control system manage road network. There are 8 different type of Syslog message type. As you can see my screen, it's noted from 0 to 7. 0 means emergency, 1 means alert, critical means 2, error means 3, warning means 4, notice means 5, informational means 6, and debug means 7. So now, understanding these various device message type, let's use a realistic example to compare with the road and driving example. As you can see my screen, that's the first one, like a roadblock. So in real world, once you see the roadblock, it mean this symbol, that mean we are unable to drive through the street. Maybe street is not well or suitable to drive. Similar to the computer system, as you can see, the emergency means level 0, and computer will generate a log message which is stating that, like for example here, Studemia example.event log, then event ID, event source, and also it will tells you the critical temperature threshold exceed for server room. Immediate action is required to prevent. The second one, as you can see, the road alert. So once you drive to the road, you most probably come up this sign, this detour. So this is like an alert. You as a driver you have to prepare. Similar to the computer system, alert is a level 1, and as you can see that I do have the log message type over here. So it says Studemia example.com event log, similar to event source, and the critical temperature threshold exceed for the server. The third one is a critical level. So as you can see, the traffic light is giving you the wrong direction in my screen. That means it's a confusing state. Similar to the computer system, if anything critical, then computer will generate a log. For example, in this log, as you can see, Studemia example.com rate 5, it's telling you that something wrong with the disk failure has been detected, and that is going to be C, the critical message. Number 3, you will see the traffic light failure or malfunction. Similar to the computer, it will generate an error. If it's a malfunction, it will tells you, as you can see, that failed login attempt exceed. So if you're a user in the computer trying multiple times, and if you try your username, the password doesn't work, it will generate a message like that. Then is a number 4 is a warning message. As you can see, it's like a caution sign in the real world, and also in the computer syslog we could say warning message. As you can see that memory usage for application Studemia DB is above 80%. That means it's giving you the sign for warning. Hey, this memory threshold is 80%, please pay extra attention. Similar thing in the road or highway, when we see this kind of warning sign, we take extra caution. Number 5 is a notice level. So once we drive in the highway, you most probably come up this sign, it's called speed limit. That means this is a notice. So this kind of notice, it's not emergency, but we pay attention how we drive. Similar to the computer, as you can see that if the new device or printer connected to the IP address 192.168.1.50, so that's mean this is a notice, is something happening to our network. Number 6 is informational. So if you compare with while you are driving, it's like a traffic update, how much traffic is going to be ahead of you if you're crossing tunnel or bridge. Similar to the computer network information, which is level 6. For example, if it's a backup completed successfully for servers, Studemia file server. So this is like an informational FYI, either success or fail. And then number 7 is like a debugging. So in the car, if you need to compare the computer, so when you run a diagnostic, you just replaying the car issue, what exactly happened. Same thing in the computer, we call debugging level 8 as per our message standard. The debugging mode enabled for troubleshooting mail server issue, as you can see my screen. So we wanted to replay what is the issue happened to the server. So now let's summarize why Syslog is so important. So you understood it helps you to centralize the logging, troubleshooting and analysis, security and monitoring, and the compliance. Just as vehicle undergo inspection, Syslog ensure network comply with the regulatory. Those are the few reasons Syslog is super important for computer networking and also security purpose. So this is our lab. So let's take a look what we are going to configure. As you can see my screen, I do have a simple topology. Syslog client is going to be act as this router, and also Syslog server, which is 10.10.10.100, and I do have a NOC user also bottom down there. So we are going to shut it down, gig 00, and it's going to be generate a Syslog message for us. So let's go back to the lab. So as you can see my lab, I do have a top, which is Cisco packet tracer, and the Syslog server IP address 10.10.10.100, and open the Syslog server. And once you open, go to the Syslog tab, and as you can see, you can turn it off or you can turn it on. So as of right now, I don't have any Syslog message, so let's close it out and let's go back to the router, which is going to be act as a Syslog client. So I'm going to go to CLI. So right now, this is, you can see this is router 1. I'm going to type enable configuration terminal, and from here I'm going to say logging and put a shift question mark. It will tell you what other option you have it. So right now, as you can see, I do have the IP address of the logging host. And also if I put another parameter host, I can define the Syslog server. So I'm going to say logging host, and I'm going to put this 10.10.10.100. This is our Syslog server IP address. I will hit enter. Once you hit enter, I can put another parameter, which is login on. So that means I'm enabling Syslog message here. So I put N. And to test it out, let's go to the configuration terminal again. Before we do that, let's verify show IP interface brief. As you can see, I have a gig 00. This is, I'm going to shut it down. If I go to my Syslog, I don't have any shut it down message. So let's go to Ethernet 0/0 and let's put shut down. And as soon as I put shut down, as you can see my screen, it's Syslog generate message, and I could see the message type is 4, 5 and 6 and 3. You see that how is binding together. So now I'm going to put another for no shutdown. So as soon as I put it no shutdown, and Syslog has generated this message also. So this is a sample lab.